Byron messed up last podcast.
Bro, always trying to call me out, bro.
Okay, I waited for that drop, but this is Top Man, aka your pastor's favorite rapper, aka the Crucifix. We got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar over there. I said Jabbar. Byron L. Cogdell. He's the pastor, I'm the rapper podcast. Where have we been?
That's the title of the pod, right?
You're probably wondering where we've been.
My rap name is gonna be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's.
No.
Jabbar's.
No.
Cause I'm dunking on y'all head with these bars.
Please no.
Sky hooking. Yeah. You know why I got this jersey on, right?
Because it's your birthday.
It's not my birthday, bro.
Bro, I didn't know where it was going. I was finna play because I know you had a whole photo shoot for your birthday, and it was like I'm 33. So
yeah, the reason why I got Kareem jersey is because I am now 33 years old.
You ain't got to. Hey, do the little razzle dazzle one, the button. You don't know you. Is that it?
Oh, I had to turn that. Hold on.
Come on.
That one?
The music's still playing, but yeah. There we go. Okay, he turned 33.
Hello, I'm doing slow motion. Hello.
If y'all can't tell, we tired. It's late night. We doing stupid.
That's why it looks like this. It's late night in the studio.
It's late night.
AKA my sunroom.
I came straight from work.
It is 8:56 in Daytona Beach, Florida, and it is still hot.
Y'all might not. He said 8:56. Y'all probably like, that's early. Listen, I've been up since 3.
Bro, when you get up early, 8:30 is like
3 in the morning.
Phew.
Like I'm running on fumes right now, and I have to get back up at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I was up at 5.
For real.
Yeah, I'm usually up around 5.
Like we some real grown men around here.
Oh yeah, Ty turned 30.
Listen, so yeah, I'm 30, bro. I was going through this thing where it's like I don't want to tell people my age. Man, listen here, there's a lot of people that ain't get to see 30. I'm finna rep this thing, and I'm talking about like. I don't care when I'm 45, 50. I'm telling y'all my age. I ain't got nothing to run from.
You know what they say? 30 is the new 35.
No, 30 is the new 30.
30 is the new 20. Oh, I went the wrong way. I should have said 30 is the new 25. Baby.
30 is 30. Man, I ain't worried. I'm 30. I just turned 30. I don't know if y'all noticed, but if y'all look at the prior podcast, I was a lot small. I ain't gonna say a lot smaller, but I was smaller. So
that man went to. Can I tell him where you went?
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, when you said it on the solo, I was like, bro, you should have said it. I ain't got nothing to hide.
This man went to Las Vegas.
I was out there in
for his
Sin
birthday.
City.
Sin City, sinning. He was out there sinning in Sin City.
Question.
Yes.
Gambling.
Yeah.
Is that in the Bible? And why is it bad? If it is?
There's not explicit scripture about it. Some people would say it's bad. Some people would say it's sinful for a lot of different reasons. I don't know if you want to do a whole pod on it.
Nah, just if you could do a brief synopsis.
Yeah. So like the biggest thing is like, man, if God entrusts you with certain things, like, is it for you to squander? You know,
it's like carelessness.
Yeah. Secondly, those who like the thing with gambling is it takes more than one person to contribute to your winnings. Right, so there could be somebody who's being beat out of their money. It could be somebody who's being reckless with their money. There could be somebody who has a gambling addiction, and you're profiting off of that person or those people. And then there's another one that I usually say, but I can't think of it right now because it's late. But yeah, at the end of the day, it usually just comes down to like, man, you're kind of squandering the Lord's resources. Like God gives you something, you're like squandering it. So,
with that being said, I think I ain't no think. I think I played 2 slots, and I realized gambling was at least that form of gambling. It wasn't for me. Like I was bored within 2 minutes. I'm just like, bro, like I don't see how people could sit here, and just pull a slot or tap a button, whatever.
See, I'm like I don't obviously. I won't say obviously, but I haven't been anywhere like that in a long time. But even before I was saved, like one, I just hate losing money, and 2, like I just don't get off on that whole like instant gratification type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like really weird. So I remember I went on a cruise one time and they had like a casino on the cruise, and I was like, bro, I got $30. And once that $30 is gone, it's gone. Like I don't care, I don't care if I made $300 off that $30. When I spend the last of that $30, it's gone. See, like I got some family members, I ain't gonna say who, but they'll be like, I won $50. I'm like, but how much did you spend? 75. So you didn't win $50. Like you barely walked away with $25. That's what happened.
You barely broke even.
You barely broke even. Yeah. And that's a lot of people's mindset. And then you know what turns me off from gambling?
What's that?
We live in Florida. Any gas station you go to,
scratch off.
It's gonna be 5, 6, 7, 10 people in line just trying to cash in lottery tickets, scratch offs, bro. And it's so obvious that it's an addiction. Like it's an addiction. Like people gotta call it what it is. When you get paid and one of the first things you do is go to the gas station to buy some scratch offs, oh, that's an addiction. That's an addiction for sure.
But like you said, I didn't want the whole pot. I'm not gonna say I got convicted, but I did it. I like I said, well, we open with y'all. Yeah. But yeah, I literally did. Maybe I was there no longer than 2 minutes, but I was just like, I don't understand this. Like, and maybe like you said, my mind, my personality type. I'm about, I need to go out here and get it, not just ding ding ding.
I wouldn't even cost. I mean, just I gotta be careful what I say because people gonna take my pastoral voice as me. Okay.
Yeah, don't say it.
All right, there we go.
Because like I don't even want this podcast. I was asking for my personal conviction, but we off that. Yeah. But yeah, I was in Vegas. I had fun. Vegas was extremely hot. Like I thought Daytona was hot.
Well, you went to Nevada during the summer, so
bro. Working on my FedEx. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say the name.
Leave it out.
Working on my delivery truck. In the summer heat, comparing that to just walking outside in Vegas, I would rather be on that truck in the heat. Like at night, when I walked out, it was 110 degrees.
Yeah,
dry heat, no wind.
That's what I was about to say, and it's dry heat.
Bro,
so.
It was uncomfortable. It was like and to know that there's FedEx drivers now granted they may be used to it, but man, that's crazy, man.
I'd be out there in a wife beater and a bikini bottle. You want to get these packages? Hey, hot out here.
Yeah, but I had fun. I had fun. I brought my 30th in Vegas, and now something. the day of my birthday, I don't know. I was like slick depressed, bro. Like.
Hey, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I was slick depressed on my 30th. Like I went to breakfast, I got a massage, I went to sleep. I woke up 8 o'clock Vegas time, so that's 11 o'clock here, and it was just like it hit me like the next day. Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, yeah, it hit me real hard, and I just went to sleep so I can avoid it.
So, do you feel like it was just like like you crossing the threshold of being in your 30s? Or was it like just a birthday thing?
30s.
Okay.
It was like, bro, you're 30. What are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Like I know you say you're a rapper. Yeah, you've made money, but you're not making no money. Like what? Like this is becoming a hobby now.
Yeah.
Like so and because rap is such a big part of my life, I felt like I was losing a bit of my identity that day.
Man.
So yeah. Like I bounced back because I can catch when I'm getting into a slump, and I thank God for that because it could have got real bad.
Yeah.
So I caught myself, but my actual birthday, it started off, good, but I was low key getting depressed that day.
I mean, that's real, man, because like I just talk about like the reality of our humanity. You know what I'm saying? Like you go through so much of your life, especially like, okay, from like 5 to 20, you feel invincible.
Mm-hmm.
You like, bro, I could do anything. I legit can do anything. Then like at 20, you realize like, oh, I can't do anything, but I can at least do the stuff I want to do.
Correct.
Right? And you spend your 20s kind of like rolling through all the stuff you want to do. And then when you're 30, you realize oh snap, it's stuff that I want to do that I can't do.
Correct.
You know, or that I might not be able to do as well, or I might not do as quick. Like for me, I remember, so we started a church plant journey when I was 26. That's when I felt called to plant a church. I was like 26 years old. So I was like, oh, at 30, I'm gonna already have a church planted at 30 years old. Like I had this plan. Like it wasn't like written in stone or anything, but in my head, I was like, at 30, we gonna have a church already planted. And at 30, we barely had a core team. Like we was like struggling, bro. And I just remember my 30th birthday being so sad, bro. Like
Wow.
it was very similar. Like I was just so sad because I was just like, man, what am I doing? Like, and we were really broke at the time. We had just moved back, or we had been back for like a year or something like that. And I didn't feel like I was any closer to what I feel like God has called me to do. And here we are 3 years later, and I don't feel that much closer now. So I say that as a joke, but I also say that to kind of like say, bro, when do we ever get there? Like, when do we, you know, and I know some people break through, but it's like statistically, very few people break through.
Yeah.
You know, which again goes back to that 20s argument. When you're in your 20s, you always feel like you're the exception. You don't care what it is.
Yes.
Like, I'm the dude who's going to do a triple backflip, and I'm not going to break my neck. I promise you. Like, watch this. And then you, like, either don't even want to jump or you do break your neck. One of the two. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy how, like, you know, this matriculation where you just, every year you realize, like, I am a human being.
Yep.
Like I am not immortal. I am not an Avenger. Like I am gonna die at some point, you know? So man, welcome to the journey.
Yeah. And it's
That
crazy.
sounds so depressing. So depressing, doesn't it?
It's all about, bro, mindset is everything. And I'm not gonna say I think it's very important to have your mindset rooted in Christ for that reason. But mindset is everything. So it's all about how you look at things. Like I'm good now, but like I said that day, it was just because I always told myself, like, I've been rapping since I was 19, so it was like, if I'm not on 32, that's my cutoff. So 30 is just like, bro, you got.
Tom ticking.
You told yourself, and I'm big on my word. So I told myself, 32.
That's it.
That's it.
Magic.
That's what I told myself.
Magic Johnson.
But for some reason, 30 felt like 32.
Yeah.
It was just like.
Well, it's probably because, you know, I know kind of what you're going through, and, you know, it's probably like a culmination of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably just like wrestling with not just, you know, you rapping, but how you're rapping, and, you know, the process of getting through this particular genre that you're trying to get through, and then some of the disappointments we have with that particular lane and that particular genre, right? Yeah. So I think it was probably a combination of things. And me and you talked about this.
And I think that was a part of it.
Yeah. So y'all know we took this break. Ty, he went to Vegas, had his birthday. I was sitting at home crying the whole time.
You cried?
Nah, I ain't crying.
Oh,
I cried a little bit. I did cry.
I was about to say, I definitely cried.
I cried a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. And me and you talked about this, and, you know, we real with our crew. Yeah, man, them 3 weeks was hard for me. Like, they were really hard for me. And it's a lot of different things. I'm not going to give y'all all the details. Yeah. But, you know, one of the things is one of the things you hit on just now. From my 30th birthday, so 30, 31, 32, and 33, on my birthday, I've had down days. Like, wake up feeling like, you know, just like feeling blah. Like, I dropped my daughter off to school the day of my birthday, and I almost cried, like, when I was driving home. And I can't tell you why. I don't know why. I think it's just, again, the reality of my humanity, right? And, you know, I've been doing, like, a lot of testing and all that stuff, you know, with my health and stuff. And I believe I'm good, y'all. Don't worry about me. But, like, you just realize, like, yo, I'm not going to live forever. Yep. Like, I don't have, like, every day you hear these cliche things like you're on borrowed time, like every day is a gift. That junk is real, bro.
Yep.
It's real. And the older you get, if you're not chaining yourself to the anchor of Christ that says whether you wake up or you don't wake up, you know, you have eternal life in him, that your joy is resting on the victory that he's already secured. If you're not grabbing hold to that moment by moment, you could literally go through this life just completely depressed.
Yep.
So, yeah, man.
And just a quick message, and I know a lot of people, when you say stuff like what I'm about to say, it could come off as insensitive, but y'all rock with us. Y'all know how we are. So I'm when you feel yourself going through what me and Byron went through, not just on your age, but just in life, it's like, you start thinking about where you are and you're not where you want to be, and you could catch yourself getting into a slump, or you feel like you're going through depression. Snap out of that. Like, depression, for the most part, and I want to be, like I said, I have to be sensitive with this, but for the most part, depression is thinking of yourself so much. It's, again, not like, I'm not doing like a blanket of this is how you get into depression, but again, like I said, for the most part, it's like you're thinking about yourself so much, and you're not where you want to be, or you're not doing the things that you want to do, that you get into this state. And it's like you have to snap out of that. And like Byron is saying, like, have your anchor be Christ, and not yourself. Like, we're here to be a blessing to others, and it's not about you. And I know that's easy. I can just say that, a little easier now because I'm not into that state. But if you catch yourself getting in, like, pray, get into your space with God, and get around people. If you are a Christian, get around a community of people, your brothers and sisters that can help pray you through this and talk you out of that. But 9 times out of 10, you're thinking about yourself so much, and it's that's like borderline pride, ain't it? Like,
Well, I mean, I think it would depend on a lot of things. So, like, there are some of us, some people who I'd say are clinically depressed. So
that's why
I think that's a completely different struggle. And then there are some people who have seasonal depression. So that's the thing too, where it's like certain seasons bring on certain emotions that are just sometimes they can just be overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
But then, like, some of us, like, I think what me and you have experienced a lot, or recently, not a lot, but recently, is just like waves of like depressive thought, which may not fall under the line of depression as it's clinically diagnosed, but it still falls on the line of like not being able to grab hold of your thoughts and hold your thoughts captive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't feel like you have complete like ownership or control. You haven't enslaved your thoughts to, the thoughts of Christ. And that's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? I do kind of agree with you. I do feel like you do have to answer those thoughts or those feelings with some level of truth and the gospel truth, right? But I also know that there's like, it can get really complex, like even with me. So like, I would say remind yourself of the gospel, get around some people who can speak life into you. But man, sometimes you need some help. Like, I call a counselor. Like, I have a counselor who I talk to because I understand that there are certain things that I'm not going to get out of a conversation with just a friend or even with my wife or my parents. There have been some days where I've called everybody and I'm like, I still don't feel better. Like, I've read the Bible. I still don't feel better. I've, said Jesus' name and called and cast it out, not cast it out, but like I've spoke down on the demons and all that stuff, and I still don't feel better. And some days I just have to, like, man, get some professional help and call a counselor, talk to a counselor and see, like, are there some things I'm missing? And that's a new part of my journey, man. I have a spiritual director now. And what a spiritual director does is gives you tools to address like some of the anxiety, depression, all that stuff with rhythms that are biblical, right? So like it's not in here. I have a book that I'm reading right now. It's called practicing silence and solitude. And man, it's wonderful. You know, for the first time in my life, I've been able to just sit in silence. Like literally in 33 years, like probably from the time I was like a jit, like I've never been able to sit still. I've never been able to just sit alone. And for like the last 2 weeks, I've just kind of been practicing 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time. What is it like to just sit with God and like hear nothing and ask him nothing and pray about nothing, just listen, right? And I just say all that to say sometimes you need somebody outside to kind of give you some tools to help you work through all those things. So.
I know nothing, y'all.
Now you know a lot. You know a lot.
I know nothing.
Just, as we grow, we learn.
Take what I said with a grain of salt.
Yeah, man. Hey, Quincy McCall is the dude I was thinking of earlier.
Uh-huh.
Loving basketball. Quincy McCall.
It wasn't even on the podcast, bro.
Oh, well. Hey, I just looked it up.
That was so...
If y'all ever seen Loving Basketball, when Quincy McCall had on the jersey, he had on, did he have on Kareem or Magic? I can't remember. But he had the gold chain. I got this gold chain for my birthday, y'all. So
I've always wanted a gold chain.
Hey man, it was one of my, it ain't a lot of stuff I asked for. Gold chain, I've been asking for a gold chain probably since I met my wife. So
I want a gold chain and I want an anklet.
Oh, I'm straight on the anklet, bro.
I want an anklet.
My man always be pushing the boundaries on
fashion.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's not like a girl anklet. They got dude anklets.
Nah, I know.
Yeah, I definitely want an anklet. But yeah, we've been going.
Yeah.
We were having our struggles.
Yeah.
We back. I'm
back,
happy to be back. I don't know if Byron kind of hinted at it, but we almost deaded this podcast.
Yeah.
Like
we thought about it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about why?
Because I'm a man of my word. There's certain things I can't say, but it was a situation that went down with the previous podcast.
Yeah.
And with that being said,
well, I mentioned it. I mentioned it in the one that I did by myself, but I didn't get no details.
I'm gonna give y'all some inside scoop. When we do these podcasts, it's literally a conversation. I remember nothing after the camera's off. So, and I know that was a podcast he did. I know it was a podcast he did by himself, and I saw it when that happened. But again,
So I'll just break it down like this. So when we first got into doing this pod, we thoroughly believed two things. One of the major things was that people would be blessed by us sharing our understanding of the Word of God and us motivating people, or maybe motivating is not the right word, but encouraging people to live by that Word of God. And I've been encouraged because a lot of y'all who watch this and listen to this, y'all have reached out to us and said, man, like y'all maybe look at this different, or y'all maybe look at that different, or thank y'all for saying this, or I had questions about this and y'all talked about that. So man, we're grateful and we praise God for y'all. Like we literally like thank God that he's using us in this way. But another thing that we wanted to make sure that we did was kind of bridge the gap in a sense in the CHH space and between like CHH and the church. And that's why a lot of our podcasts in the beginning, we talked about CHH artists, we talked about CHH artists in the church, we talked about all of that. And with us both, serving the local church and all that stuff, that type stuff, we wanted to kind of bridge that gap and talk about some of the things that we felt like were important in those spaces. And it wasn't as sweet as what we thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not to bash anybody or to judge anybody, but it's just to say, very quickly, when you speak against things that people take joy and pride in, they'll come at you and they'll try to make it seem like you're out for them. And we've said this from day one. We got love for everybody. We're not judging nobody. The only thing we doing is running back here. Like, this is what we care most about, running back to the Bible. And I don't think there's an episode, I listened to all of them recently. I don't think there's one episode where we haven't confessed sin. Like,
I don't either.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way we try to roll. And yet we didn't at the time feel like it was received by a certain segment of people. Well,
some sophomores.
Yeah, we call them sophomores now, but
it. They say hindsight is 2020. So I actually think it was a blessing in disguise because when you get to a point where you're just used to a lot of highs, like I think by the second podcast, we started getting traction because of TikTok and stuff like that. And like Byron is saying, for the most part, it's been positive feedback, you know, and again, we thank y'all for that because that keeps us going and motivates us. But when we had that, you know, dark, I don't want to even say dark seasons. We just had this one dark spot.
It was a hiccup.
It was a hiccup, and it took us off track for a second. But like I said, looking back, I think that was a blessing because as we continue to do this and we get more traction, we're not going to water down what we're saying. So that we know in the future now there's a possibility that we can draw some, you know, more negative attention.
Yeah.
We now know what we need to do, and not to be cocky. Like we need to stay next to God.
We were humbled by this particular experience, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, I think there are some things we repented of, and some things that we want to change.
Yeah.
But one thing we'll never change is the standard being the Bible. Like we're not gonna back up off that, and we're not gonna water down our message, the gospel, our preaching, we're not gonna water down that for the sake of making people feel good.
Correct.
You know, we just won't talk about those people.
Yeah. So, you know, like Bible said, we prayed, we repented, and we're gonna, for the most part, remain the same on how we were doing the podcast. Some things we're going to change, but you know, it is what it is. But we here now. Yeah. So.
Yeah. What's the most enjoyable thing that happened to you during the time away?
The trip.
Okay. Just a trip in general, all together.
Yeah, the trip, my birthday. Being off for 7 days was amazing. Mm-hmm. It was needed. You don't realize that you need it until you do it. But it was a great reset. So yeah, I did miss the podcast. I was ready to get back at it as soon as I touched down, but it didn't happen like that. But I'm glad and I'm happy to be back. What about you?
Yeah, for me, man, I think the most enjoyable thing was I posted this on my Facebook. I did cryotherapy and hydrotherapy for my birthday. And again, like I've been doing a lot of doctor's checkups and all that stuff. So doing the cryotherapy and the hydrotherapy, that was just different for me. I don't like any kind of like massages. I don't like none of that, right? So to go to this place was kind of cool. And I like laid down in this bed and it like literally had like water, jets. Yeah. Like jets that were like going from the top of my head all the way down to my feet.
Oh, that's biblical right there.
Yeah.
From the top of your head
from
to
the top of my head
to the sole
to
of
the
your feet.
sole of my feet.
That'll preach.
The oil was flowing. Yeah, man. So it was dope. It was the first time doing that. But the cryotherapy was the thing, bro. So if y'all don't know what cryotherapy is, look it up. LeBron James does this every single day. They literally put you in a tube. Your head is out here showing, but they drop the temperature. Well, first they raise the temperature to 180 degrees, so you get really warm. Then they drop the temperature to 306 degrees, negative 306 degrees. So, bro, like they're literally freezing me alive. And
does it feel like it? Like, do you feel pain?
Oh, it's cold, bro. I've never.
Do you feel like frostbite type pain?
Nah, you gotta put on gloves and socks.
Okay.
But yeah, like you in there for 3 minutes, and at like 2 minutes and 5 seconds, I was about to get out. I was like, bro, this is too much. This is too much, bro. It was cold as ice, willing to sacrifice. Like it was cold, bro. I'm definitely gonna do it again.
You know something I want to do?
What's that?
Oh man, and I'm having a brain fart now. It's a deprivation tank. They got one in Castleberry.
What is that?
When you so they put the water.
Oh, my homeboy did that for his birthday last year.
I wanted to do it for this birthday. But yeah, they put the water to like to your body temperature. I think it's like 90 degrees. Yep. And then they put Epsom salt in there, so you lay in there naked, and it's pretty much what I ain't gonna say pretty much. You know how you would talk about being in solitude. I think you can easily be in there for 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. My homeboy did an hour.
And it's dead solid.
It's dead solid and it's dark.
Floating. So then, but they say the experience, because you don't feel the way that the water is, you don't feel your body.
Yeah.
So you're literally just in your head and it's dead quiet. And
hey,
yeah,
man,
I want to try that.
I'm about 5 years removed from that because I'm just starting 5 minutes of silence.
Yeah, so imagine 30 minutes.
Boy, I go crazy.
And you don't feel your body. So
and you in a tube, like you, yeah, nah.
But you don't feel your body, so you're literally in your head.
Yeah, I'm straight. I'm good. Freeze me.
I want to try both, but yeah.
I'm definitely, hey, next time I go, bro, hey, because it's right up the street and it's apparently it's not super expensive. So.
See, super expensive to him is expensive to your boy.
That's a lie. He gets paid just about as much as I do.
Okay, we'll leave it.
I'm married though, so that changes things a little
you know
bit.
what I'm saying?
But still, yeah, man. So cryotherapy, trips to Vegas, they're not quite on the same level, but it's all good.
Yeah, man. So since we just bearing it all, I was gonna use this podcast. It's changed, but like I said, after my birthday, I already talked to Byron about this, but I was going to propose that we change the name of this podcast because it's called He's a Pastor, I'm the Rapper right now. But like I said earlier, rap has been so much of my identity.
Mm-hmm.
On my birthday, I made the decision that I wasn't going to rap anymore. And I was
going to hit a button, but I'm afraid I'm going to hit the applause on accident. So I'm just going to leave it how it is.
Yeah, I was done with rap, and I was open to hearing what God had in store for me, which that sounded weird to me because I've been by rap since I was 19, but just I kept on living, and I don't feel like that's my calling to call it quits, but I'm going about it another way. So yeah. It's still He's the Pastor, I'm the Rapper.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And if y'all want to help him figure out his calling, y'all can go stream all of his music.
I like how you forgot the title. That was slick.
Gosh.
Oh, I caught it.
Gosh. Bro, it's late. Bro, it's late.
I apologize.
You know what I was about to say? Sorry, not sorry. That's what I was going to say.
I listened to that episode earlier today, too. That's a funny episode.
But, yo, go stream I Apologize. Go stream I Apologize 1,000,000 times, and that'll give them $47.
And I release a verse every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Just, bro, a comment helps the algorithm on TikTok.
Yeah.
Sharing it. You ain't even got to share it. Nobody. Just hit the share button, share it to yourself. But yeah. Now it could be pride, but it's like, I know one thing. It takes a lot of work to do these verses and consistently put them out weekly. And like I said, it could be a lot of pride, but it's like I just felt like I wasn't getting the attention that I feel like I should be getting. And like Byron said, when you do something,
pride is a devil.
Oh, it's real. I'm being honest. We said we be honest, but it's like every artist, anything that anyone does, you feel like you're the exception. Like all the attention should be on me, but it's like, bruh, I've been doing this for a long. That's one reason why I was like, I need to call it quits. It's like I feel like I've been in the same place for 11 years. It's like
if you start cursing in your routes, you might make it.
I did that. It didn't help.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I went down these roads, man.
Nah, but you went too far. You gotta go just like one step out of the box. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a Christian rapper that curses.
Let me tell you something. I don't even associate with Christian hip hop no more. I'm a gospel rapper.
Gospel rapper. Hey, so me and Ty have been. We actually only had one conversation about it, but yeah, we think that should be the category. There should be gospel rappers, and then CHH is just something completely different.
Yeah, I'm out.
But like,
I think
Ty is a gospel rapper. KB is a gospel rapper.
Caleb Gordon.
I don't listen to Caleb Gordon.
Trust me. Trust my word.
Caleb Gordon, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, unless I say something negative about you, and then maybe you'll watch it.
Hey, bro.
But nah, Caleb Gordon, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna check your music out, and I'd love for you to be on the podcast.
Let me tell you something. You know how you talk about rappers doing the work. He went in his recent post on Instagram. He was shooting a video.
Oh, your man who he sent us a clip, right?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, shout out to Caleb Gordon.
He was shooting a video, and he with the Covers. It was him and his cameraman. Mm-hmm. Somebody spotted him. They was like, "Yo, we were just talking about you and God, this and the third." long story short, the whole staff of Cobras came around. They was praying for these people. That's what I'm saying. He's really he's not just rapping.
I like it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
it.
he's really he's a gospel rapper, bro. Like he's not just out here rapping.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love it. So what's we in September now. We in the last 4 months of the year. Man, what you got, man? What's your goals? What you thinking? Dreams, nightmares, Kanye albums, fantasy. I was trying to think of fantasy. I just said Kanye albums.
That's all good.
But you get what I'm saying?
To stay consistent with releasing songs, not even songs. I'm sorry, verses. I want to elevate this podcast. How? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I know we need to work on marketing. We can't just keep relying on TikTok, but to take the podcast.
Shout out to the TikTokers, though.
No, yeah, shout out to y'all for real, because y'all keep us going.
Y'all put us on, and y'all also got us into all the drama. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If that clip hadn't went crazy,
we would have been straight.
We would have been all right.
But like I said, I actually feel it was needed, bro.
For sure.
In hindsight, it humbled us.
We needed to be humbled.
Yeah, it humbled us. But we just talk about like career goals or like
just anything. We about to wrap up. I just thought we should.
This time next year, I plan on being married. But I ain't gonna go too deep. But I'm just putting it out there. Yeah.
For all the ladies watching.
Oh, I'm off the market.
I was just about to say.
I ain't even gonna play
all
with
the ladies watching. He got a girl.
I'm off the market. I'm not a part of the left hand club yet, but I'm trying to. This time next year,
you better slow down. Hey, marriage is amazing.
All right, I'm gonna take your wisdom. Maybe I need to slow down.
Nah, I'm just saying. We done had this conversation. But enjoy your season, right? That's all I say. Enjoy
all
your
I'm
season.
saying is there's a scripture that relates to my struggle right now. Left hand club looking.
Hey man, you gotta fight that fire. Fight that fire.
So I'm trying to fight the fire. I want to be a part of that left hand club.
You gotta fight. You need to be a firefighter. This man need to.
But yeah, that's probably my top 3 things.
Pray for this man.
No, pray for me. Stay consistent in both the podcast and rapping. Yeah. And to grow in my relationship. Bro, I got 6 more days and I got through the whole Bible. This was the prayer of my last year. It's funny how it happened. We ain't got the time, but I was like, I want to grow and become a better man of God, which I have. And I said, I want to get through the Bible. I'm 6 days away.
6 days. There we go, man.
And there's a lot of stuff that I've read in the Bible that a lot of y'all was talking about. Either it's not in there or y'all was taking out of context. And I can say this now with conviction because I don't got through the Bible. Yikes. But we're going to leave it at that.
I dig it.
Dig it. So what about you?
The next 4 months. Man, I just want, bro, the theme of 33 for me is wellness. So yeah, I'm just trying to, man, I got a few more pounds I need to drop. I got a mental space that I want to get into. Spiritually, I just want to be, I got some goals spiritually, want to learn how to speak in tongues. No,
really?
I'm not joking.
I'm about to say.
But no, I joke about that, but I do want to, man, I've been in like this semi-reform world for, a few years, and that junk affects you in a way where you forget that, like, man, our faith is confessional, it's confessional and charismatic. Like, it's contemplative and charismatic. And I want to practice more the charismatic gifts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a real goal of mine. So, maybe goal is not the right word when you talk about practicing the gifts, but it's a desire. It's a desire of mine. Like, because I use that word because Paul uses that word, that you should desire to prophesy, right? So I want to be active in that. I want us to relaunch the church. Mm-hmm. That's a big deal. Yeah, those are my big ones. And I want to learn to relax more. I don't really have a relax. I don't, somebody asked me, they were like, what do you do to relax? And I was like, I don't know. I really don't know. And then my best friend told me on my birthday, he was like, yeah, man, you don't even know how to relax. I was like, dang, bro, you know me all this time. You ain't telling me that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go on a journey and figure that out. Like, I want to know if, like, I know it's not sitting on the beach. I hate sitting on the beach. That's the worst. Be hot, sweaty. It's crazy.
You are not alone.
But yeah, I want to do some stuff. I want to figure out what I actually enjoy. I want to figure out what I actually enjoy, and I want to figure out what is relaxing to me. So I'm on a journey, man. And that's probably gonna take way more than 4 months, though. Way more. But and then I'm on this prayer journey too, man. I'm enjoying it already. I'm new to it, but I'm enjoying it. So silence and solitude, doing different kinds of prayers. We're gonna do a prayer sermon series in about 3 weeks. So yeah, bro.
I'm with it.
I'm hyped.
I can dig it.
Yeah, and we got the Connect popping off very soon.
So if you guys miss my drops, my identity drops, they coming back in full effect as soon as the Connect open. Trust me.
Man.
I slowed up. I know slowed up makes no sense. I'm from the South. I slowed up, but once we open the Connect, I'm coming back with a vengeance, baby.
Hey, this Connect finna be crazy. I'm telling y'all, we gonna record a podcast from there too. I'm about to move everything back into the Connect, and then y'all gonna get to see what we trying to do for the city, and the life we trying to live, man. So,
yeah.
I don't know if I got anything else.
I don't know. I just want to thank for anyone that has ever taken the time out to watch a podcast, to listen to a podcast, to comment on the TikTok, YouTube. Thank y'all, seriously.
Y'all the real MVPs.
If y'all were not doing those things, we would not have come this far.
Yeah, we would have been straight on the pod.
Like
we would have probably been stopped. We would have started another pod. And
bro, we said it was gonna stop at 6. You remember that before we started?
My cap was 12. I didn't tell you that, but I was like 12. I'm done.
I thought it was 6, but I mean we're well above. We're like episode 17 now,
something like that.
So
yeah.
Again, if it wasn't for you all, like I know we had our little rough patch, and we was about to toss it all the way, but it's like, bro, for what? We got people like, yeah, everybody's not gonna rock with your stuff, but we have a good amount of people that really rock with us. They fool with us. It was 4 people that asked like, "What's up with the podcast?" That blessed me. It was only 4 people, but that's 4 people like legit checking, like DM'd me on my Instagram, my personal Instagram. So yeah, that hit me. So
yeah, and I've had nobody's DM'd me, but I've had people to constantly follow me, and I can tell that they listen to the pod because the only other people they follow is you and the rapper Pastor Pod. So I'm like, oh, okay, these are people from TikTok or YouTube or whatever. So shout out to y'all. Y'all do encourage us. Man, it's been quite a few people who reached out to us and told us how much the pod has blessed them. And we're not, I don't want to make it seem like we're just moving off of the fact that we feel like the pod is blessing y'all. But we do get encouraged by y'all's encouragement. So thank y'all for that. Keep it up.
Yeah.
And we want to keep encouraging y'all. So, I said this in a few episodes. If you have some things you want us to talk about, if there are some subjects, if there are questions, if there are things that you have going on in your life, hit us up, send us a DM, add us, write something in the comments, all of that, huh?
Somebody did. Hold up.
Uh-oh. We already got one, so that we already got a next episode.
I just want to read it.
Okay.
Because if I don't, I'm going to forget. Her name is Kim Thomas. She said she wrote this August 22nd, so 2 days before Byron's birthday. But it says, "Good morning. I have a topic idea that I would love to hear your take on. With many churches now streaming their services online due to the pandemic, many are choosing to only attend online. Is this right or wrong?" And then somebody said something on TikTok, but I could talk about that with Byron. But there is, like, I know for a fact we have 2 people that has said, some suggestions. So thank you.
That's a good question too. It's a good question. I'd love to get into that. So,
but anyone else, yeah, if you have any suggestions, preferably write it on the comments, because in the DMs, like you see, I forgot. I'll read it and then I'll hardly say thank you, and I not intentionally forget, but I'm human, y'all. Yep. So
yeah. Any last thoughts?
Just I know I'm super grateful, but I really just thank y'all. That's really, I don't know. Do you have any last?
I'm just thankful.
I am, man. He said he mocked me. God gonna humble him for that.
That's true.
But I'm tired.
You are now listening to, or you just got done listening to the He's the Pastor, I'm the Rapper podcast. And I'm the pastor.
And I'm Ty Byron. AKA Tay the Crucifix.
Where can they find you, though?
AKA your pastor's favorite rapper. I was going to get there.
Okay.
I am Ty Van on everything. You can follow me. If you got this far, please like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube. If you listening in podcast land via your AirPods or whatever you're listening to, leave us a review on the Apple Podcast. Pretty please. It helps people find us. I got a single out. I apologize. Go stream that. I release a freestyle every Wednesday. It's called Your Be They Safe Wednesdays. It's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Go like that. Go ahead, Byron.
Yeah. You can follow me at Byron L Cogdell on everything. I'm actually taking September off of social media, though. So if I don't follow back or I don't send a message, man, please forgive me. I'll catch you in October. But if you're going to follow me, I'd love for you to follow our church plant that we are launching in Midtown Daytona Beach, which is called Identity Church. But you can follow us at Identity Daytona. We're launching this new church plant, or relaunching this new church plant in the next few months, and we're excited about it. If you're a college student, if you are a person who's discerning a call to ministry, plug in with us. We might have a space for you right here in Daytona Beach. It's no better place to be. Love where you are. Love Daytona. That's all I got.
All right, that's it. Thank y'all for watching or listening.